Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time here, welcome. This is Essential Patience and I am Patience. In today's video, we are going back to talking about different countries, looking globally and seeing what can be found in other parts of the world. So we are going to be talking about the top 10 countries in the world with the best quality of life according to research and according to other people who have traveled to those countries. And hopefully this will make us, want to travel more, see more, because sometimes we get stuck in our little bubble and not really look at other countries. So let's learn about them. Let's talk about these countries. We're going to go from top 10 to the number 1, and then we're just going to discuss a few things about this country so we can all learn something about the world. And before we get right into it, remember to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get straight into it. Top 10 countries with the best quality of life around the world. Number 10 is New Zealand. So looking at New Zealand, it is in Australia, the continent, and we can see that it is considered the number 11 in best countries overall. It is in Oceania, and its GDP per capita is $46,420. The GDP is $250 billion, and the population is 5,122,600 people, and it is considered to be a 268,838 square kilometers in area. Moving right along to number 9, it's its neighbor Australia. Australia is considered the number 7 overall ranking for just the best countries, and of course it's also in Oceania with a GDP per capita at $55,807, and its GDP total is $1.54 trillion per year, and its population is at 25,739,256 people, and its area in square kilometers is 7,741,220. The Netherlands comes in at number 8, but it is also ranked the 12th overall for the best countries, and its capital is Amsterdam. It is located in Europe, and its GDP per capita is $63,767, with the GDP at $1.02 trillion, and its population is under what is that of Australia at 17,533,405 people, with the area being just 41,543 square kilometers. Sticking with Europe, the number 7 is Germany. So Germany, of course, the capital is Berlin, and it is still in Europe as well, like I said, and its GDP per capita is $57,929, and its GDP overall is $4.22 trillion. The population is at 89,129,285 people. Why did I not think Germany had that many people? But it does. And also the area is 357,022 square kilometers. Wow, I'm surprised. I did not know Germany had that much of a large population. The more you know. It also ranked at number 2 best countries overall. That's saying something. Coming in at number 6, we have Finland. So Finland is ranked number 15 overall for the best countries, and it is in Europe. Its GDP per capita is $55,007, and its overall GDP is $299 billion. The population is at 5,541,692 people, which is much less than Germany, and it's in an area of 338,145 square kilometers. That's a lot. At number 5, we have Norway, which also ranks as the 13th overall best countries. Its capital is Oslo, and it is also in Europe. It is said to have a GDP per capita at $79,201, which is the highest we've seen so far, with a total GDP of $482 billion. The population is 5,441,000 408,320 people, and the area is 323,802 square kilometers. Moving straight into top 4, the 4th spot goes to Switzerland, which also ranks as the number 1 overall best countries in the world. It is of course in Europe, and the GDP per capita is $77,324 with a total GDP of $813 billion. The population is at 8,697,723 people, and the area is 41,277 square kilometers. It is a small country in population and size, but it seems to be doing very well. Number 3 is Canada, and guess what? Canada also ranked at number 3 overall for the best countries. Of course, Canada is in North America with a GDP per capita at $52,085, with also the total GDP being at $1.99 trillion. The population is at 38,246,108 people, and the area is 9,984,670 square kilometers. So when you think about this population in this area versus Germany being more than that in their area, it just shows you how much the population of Germany really is. Coming in at number 2 is Denmark, which also ranked at number 10 overall. The capital, of course, being Copenhagen, and the region in Europe. The GDP per capita is at $64,651. The total GDP is at $397 billion, with a total population of 5,856,733, and the area being 43,094 square kilometers. Now let's move on to number 1. Where do you all think? Let me know in the comment section before we go there. Which country do you think is number 1? I'm gonna wait. Okay, wait no longer, because number 1 is Sweden. So Sweden is said to be the number 1 country with the best quality of life. I'll link my sources. I'm not saying this. The sources are this according to US News, and it is basically saying that it also ranked number 5 overall for best countries. So Sweden has the capital of Stockholm, and it's in Europe, and the GDP per capita is at $59,324, which is much lower than we saw in some other countries such as Switzerland and I think Germany. And the total GDP is at $627 billion, with a total population of 10,415,811 people, and the area being 450,295 square kilometers. So as we can see, this is larger than some of the other places we've been seeing. But overall, what can we say? What can I say about this is that there were no African countries on here, no Asian countries, and no South American countries, no Caribbean countries. So it was mostly Europe, 2 countries from Oceania, and 1 in North America. The United States was not even on there. Wow. I think that just puts into perspective how a lot of times people talk about the American dream and just life here versus life in other parts of Europe. I mean, to be fair, some of these countries have benefited from a lot, including the United States have benefited from a lot of free resources, as we will say. But overall, I think a lot of time what contributes to some of their success is being smaller countries. So a lot of these had population under 40 million. I think only Germany had 81 million, but most countries have a smaller population. They also seem to be smaller overall in area, except for Canada, which was the outlier. So Germany was the outlier in population, being over 81 million people, and Canada was the outlier in area, having millions of square kilometers in its population. And this just shows something. But most smaller countries that are in Europe that have a smaller population, they seem to be doing very well. Historically speaking, again, they've had a lot going for them. But overall, I'm not surprised. I definitely didn't think any African countries were gonna make it on there. I didn't really think many Asian countries. Maybe I thought Japan might. I thought maybe Japan, maybe South Korea. But overall, we saw like it's tough out here, and the United States was not even there. So that's what it's like. But thank you for watching. Let me know in the comment section, what are your opinions? Is there any countries that you expected to be here that it's not? If you live in any of these countries, can you tell me about the life over there and how much of a quality life you feel like you're getting? And if you live in Sweden, do you really think it's #1? And how do you feel about being #1? This was interesting. This was definitely interesting. So remember to like this video if you haven't already. Subscribe to my channel and leave your comments in the comment section. Ring the notification bell because I post 2 videos a week on Tuesdays and on Fridays. Come over because we are having great discussions over here. I look forward to seeing you. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Bye.